Why is it that every time I DM, they drop a new UA? It's happened twice now. I'm trying to DM the starter set for new players who've never played before. Come on, that's so annoying. Anyway, Psion is back and it's updated. For those that don't know, it's a brand new class that's coming to D&D. And because it's updated now, I think it's 100% coming. They're spending so much time on this. Anyways, I go over a vast amount of details about this class in this specific video here. Link in the description. For this video, we're gonna look at the changes. Welcome to Pack Tactics, where we gotta capture the bandicoots. It's October, we gotta be a little bit fun. By the way, quick announcement. November 1st, Kobold and Gator Dice goes live. Yippee! Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got dices to roll, gotta follow the Kickstarter. Soon, Gator, we will be joining hundreds of games. And we will help the player kill everybody. These weapons are optimized to give you the best outcomes in both success and failure for good storytelling. One has an alligator in it, and the other has a kobold. And the dice come in different shapes, like square, my favorite. You can play Candyland with it. Hell yeah. Also part of our Kickstarter launch, for the first 48 hours, backers will receive a kobold adventure. It's a birthday party. Everybody loves birthdays. It's a one-shot murder mystery that's easy to run. It's a great introduction for our campaign. Or you could just plug that in somewhere in a city. And that's not all. We also have other rewards too. Giant dice the size of your hand, trays, inspiration coins, and even another adventure involving Gator. That's me. We want to play at your tables and power game with you. November 1st and we go live. Head on over to Kickstarter and follow us if you're interested. Link in the description. Back to the video, let's just start. They get a cantrip at level 4. Thank God. Before you had to wait 10 levels, which was brutal. Psionic Power has a free baseline ability in Telekinetic Propel and Telepathic Connection. What they mean by that is there's a resourceless option for both Propel and Connection. The free Propel is move the creature towards or away 5 feet. It still forces a strength save and has a range of 30 feet. It's insanely good for your team because they can willingly fail the save, so you can always get something out of this. Forced movement doesn't trigger opportunity attacks, by the way. They basically gave you the telekinetic feat for free here. That's amazing. As for connection, the telepathy has a default 30-foot range. It's always active. You can bonus action roll an energy die to make the range longer for an hour, just like before, but the first time you do so, it's completely free. I love the changes here. Psionic modes are now removed. What's left of them is they're now part of Psionic Discipline. We'll get to them later. You also get a Psionic Discipline at level 5 instead of waiting all the way to level 10, which is fun. As for Psionic Restoration, it's been redesigned to take 1 minute instead of needing to take a short rest to get half your resources back. What's strange though is I don't know how many energy die you get back here. It just says you regain expended energy dice. I think what they mean here is you get all of them, but I'm not sure. You can tell me in the comments what you think. Psionic Reserves is a brand new feature at level 18. When you roll initiative, you regain expended uses of energy dice. Until you have 4 if you have fewer than that. Sweet. 4 is quite a lot. It will be quite useful with the capstone features for some of the subclasses, because you'll basically get back a 5th level spell every single fight. This is capstone material. Enkindled Life Force is now more flexible in the amount of hit point dice that can be expended, and clarifies that the additional energy die aren't expended. Pretty straightforward. Now let's go back to level 2 with Psionic Discipline. Sharpened Mind is the new Psionic modes. Unfortunately for us, this no longer uses a different resource pool. It's now energy dice, just like everything else. The number you roll, you use that for attack mode over and over again. Both of these modes are active at the same time, by the way. You ignore resistance to psychic damage, and once per turn, with psychic damage you deal to creatures, you can replace one of the numbers rolled rolled with whatever you rolled using this feature. If you get the highest roll, then that's pretty sick. And you can combo Sharpened Mind with a different discipline as well, like Destructive Thoughts. I'll only pick this once I get Psykinetic Static. You kinda need it for Psionic Blast, it's a new spell, because the damage is bad here. But damage is not really the reason why you pick that spell. We'll talk about that spell later.
Kobold, you should have started with the spells first.
I know, I regret it now. Biofeedback and Destructive Thoughts got boosted significantly. Instead of only working when the creature succeeds a save, you can just do it when a creature makes a saving throw against a Psion spell. That's fun. You can expend a number of energy dice up to your intelligence. For Destructive, it will be psychic damage equal to the total number rolled, plus your intelligence mod, which is amazing. But oh boy, do you blow your resources fast. This is a pretty sick feature with Shatter and Psionic Blast. At level 8 with maxed out intelligence and you blow 5 dice, you'll do like fireball damage to a single creature. It's 27.5 on average, with no save. And then you've got your spell damage on top of that. Again, super expensive, but sometimes it's needed. Bolstering Precognition. Formerly, Swift Precognition. Now provides a bonus to you or an ally's next d20 test. It's whatever you roll on the die. It's meh. Devilish Tongue, Expanded Awareness, and Observant Mind now expends an energy die only on a success. Also meh. Ego Whip has been redesigned into a spell. That was all the changes in the base class. Let's just go to the spells now, starting with Ego Whip. Reaction with 30-foot range to force a charisma save. On fail, you subtract 1d8 from the ability check or save. This second level spell is terrible, and it's super expensive. The casting and range is really weird too. It says 30 feet of yourself here, and in range it says 120 feet. So I have no idea what this actually is. And also just the reaction trigger is weird too. Telekinetic Fling no longer requires ammunition and doesn't destroy the object. Mind Whip was nerfed before. I failed to point that out last time. Now it's been returned to what it was before in Tashes. Now we're gonna jump all over the place. Let's return to Psionic Blast. It's a 6th level spell with a big cone, and it forces an intelligence save. On a fail, the creature takes 68 psychic damage, and is stunned until the start of your next turn. It does half damage too, by the way. The damage is bad for its level. It's on par with 3rd level Fireball, but the AoE stun is really good. The stun is why you cast the spell, and together with intelligence, enemies will have a 70% chance of failing the save, which is incredible. It's a hard sell for wizards though, because they get so many insane spells like Wall of Force, Mass Suggestion, Scatter, Magic Jar, and what have you. But for Psion, this is incredible. And you're supposed to combo it, of course, with your disciplines. Thought Form. It's a 6th level Psion exclusive spell. It's one of those transformation spells that last for 1 minute. You get immunity to poison, exhaustion, and psychic damage. You get fly speed of 60 feet, and you can hover. And as a magic action once per long rest, you can give someone a spell slot. It's random. It can also be yourself, blah 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 blah, it's not worth it. You have to pay 500 gold for this and concentrate on it. So screw that. Life Siphon is really an idiot check. It's such an obvious trap that will get you killed, and it does less damage than Magic Missile on average. It's even worse than Jim's Magic Missile, which is a joke spell. If you upcast this, like, oh my god, you're stupid. I know I'm being mean here, but like, come on, this is so obvious. It's making you lose hit dice. If you lose all your hit dice, then you can't regain HP on a short rest. Bleeding Darkness, 3rd level spell, action, concentration up to 1 minute, costs 50 gold. It's kinda like Hunger of Adar combined with a Moonbeam. It's okay. It takes a magic action to move it though, and the damage is 3d8 with a con save with no half damage. I expect to see this a lot in the future, but guys, as soon as I see Moonbeam and the cost, I just want to move away. I don't think it's that good either. I understand why you would cast it though. Ectoplasmic Trail is terrible. 2nd level spell bonus action, you cloak yourself in a ghost goo, and you can move through occupied spaces as if they were difficult terrain. When you enter creatures, they'll take 2d8 damage, and their speed is reduced to 10 feet at the start of its turn. You also don't provoke opportunity attacks. Here's the thing, this This comes with friendly fire, and you're not going to be able to tag a lot of creatures with this and get away even if you're dashing. Life Inversion Field. At first I thought it was 30-foot Spirit Guardians with heal, which would have been stupid broken. But the AoE can only affect one creature at a time when you regain HP. And the damage is a con save that's also half of whatever heal you got. And there's no half damage, so it's a complete waste. No way in hell is this worth a 4th level spell slot, even if you dumped the biggest heal spell you can imagine. Here's the updated Psion list. Shield and Sanctuary are the biggest ones here. Thunderwave is nice. Sadly, no Scatter for some reason. Now onto the subclasses. Psywarper passed playtest. That was my favorite one, so I'm very happy about that. Let's start with Metamorph, the cartoon character. It's going to be a lot better now because the base class gets Shield and Mage Armor. And when you use Mutable Forms, you get Temp HP equal to the number rolled plus Int mod. It does use an energy die. Now keep in mind, this is a D6 class with no armor proficiency. So if you plan on doing the melee stuff, be very careful. You're not like a Blade Singer with insane AC, so I still advise you to armor dip. Organic weapons got quality of life changes in how you shape your limbs. You can keep one hand as a blade and the other as a launcher. You couldn't do that before because your limb would immediately return to its previous form after the attack. So that's pretty cool. Also, it says in the design notes that magic items for organic weapons will appear in the future. That's if this gets printed. Good stuff. Usually features like these become terrible at endgame due to items. Even Moon Druids have a problem to some degree. It's usually AC. Flesh Weaver is a new feature. When in mutable forms, you can expend an additional energy die to gain the following benefits. +2 AC, and when you cast a spell with a spell slot that heals, you can expend an energy die and add the number rolled to HP. There's the AC we're looking for. It really sucks that you have to spend 2 energy dice to get this. I understand why they put it at level 6, it has to do with multi-classing, but all of this should just come with mutable forms. I also think mutable forms can be free the more I think about it. Except for the temp HP, of course. Life-bending weapons now provide additional damage without expending an energy die. That's needed at level 11 really, so I would move that part to level 10. This is playable now straight classed, but I still think it's rough if you're gonna go into melee regularly. Next is Psykinetic. It was pretty broken last time, so let's see if they boosted it further. You get stronger telekinesis, your mage hand range increases 30 feet, and you can carry up to 20 pounds. That's 5 away from carrying a kobold. That would have been funny tech. Telekinesis technique got a major boost. The free use is now a 1d4 for free. You're going to be pushing your friends a lot and giving them 10-foot movement speed bonuses all the time. This also works on your mount too, so this is crazy strong. Destructive Trance was empowered attack, which they thankfully nerfed. It costs an energy dice to get 10-minute fly speed with 20 speed and hover. And when you cast a Psion spell, you can roll your energy die and add it to the damage. This roll doesn't expend the die. It's still the best feature Psion gets. 10 minutes, and you can still lay prone in the sky. And you get a little bit of a damage increase too. This one feature alone just squashes everything Metamorph gets. They can barely get +2 AC. It's crazy to me that +2 AC costs 2 energy dice. And this only costs 1 energy dice for 10-minute flights. And you hover. But whatever, the other level 6 feature also got a change. It grants temp HP whenever the target fails or succeeds on its save. I thought it was fine as is, but I really don't think we should boost this because of how crazy good Destructive Trance still is. But I suppose it's to bait more use of energy dice. Maybe that's the intent. Enhanced Telekinetic Crush got enhanced even more. You can expend an energy die and add the number rolled to 1 damage roll. Again, I don't really think it needs to be boosted, but whatever. I'll gladly take it. And finally, Heightened Telekinesis now only requires energy dice and doesn't expend a spell slot. It's another boost, but I'm completely fine with this because it's a capstone. And together with the level 18 feature, this is pretty sick. This is still the best Psion subclass in the game, and I feel like it got stronger. I'm surprised it got so many boosts. I think that fly feature should be moved to level 10. That's what I would do here. Swap 10 and 6. Last subclass, Telepathy. This had next to dead features last time I read it, so hopefully it's improved massively. New spell list, they now get Slow, Modify Memory, and Regal Presence. This is more aligned to the subclass, absolutely. But I still wish they got to keep Awaken. It's more fun than Regal Presence. That spell sucks. Mind Infiltration now costs 1 energy die instead of 2. It was ridiculously expensive before. Anyways, this feature is kinda sick. Like, there's mind optimization here with just mentioning something, and then they think about what you just mentioned so you can avoid the wisdom save. You don't need to probe their minds. Also in combat, when this is active, you can figure out what enemy casters are about to cast. That's if you're within range, by the way. There's a lot of cool tech here with no concentration detect thoughts. Telepathic Distraction is a new feature. It's weaker than Shield. It only works on 1 attack, so ignore. Bulwark Mind. It now uses an energy die to activate it. For 10 minutes, you get resistance to Psychic, and you can add an energy die to your Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma saving throws without expending it. This subclass is still pretty bad. Damn. Potent Thoughts increases telepathy range to 60 feet, and you can add your Int mods to the damage of your Psion cantrip. That's useful with Mind Sliver, I suppose, but I don't really care too much about cantrips. And the final changes to the capstone. Scramble Minds now doesn't expend a spell slot, and allows the Psion to choose the behavior of the target instead of rolling dice. That's pretty awesome because you can make them just walk into AoEs and stay there. I really think they should do a massive nod to Baldur's Gate 3 and add Illithid features to the game. And also just call this subclass the Illithid. I know it's super broken, but they can just tone it down a bit. I don't know why they don't capitalize on Baldur's Gate 3 that hard. Anyways, that was the update. It was an improvement, but nothing too crazy. End the video. Check out the Kobold and Gator Dice. We go live November 1st. Thank you for watching. Bye bye!